Hey, wait. You're not the same staff from yesterday. Old staff didn't make it. Sad face. Please train new staff. Neat. Okay. Here's what you need to know. There are 25 mentally unstable patients on our floor, and it's time for them to go to sleep. Many of them hate sleep, so it's your job to sedate these patients using either our green serum, which can induce nightmares, or our blue serum, which could be considered a diuretic. Each team doctor will instruct their nurse and their staff on which patients to sedate. They will do so using the PA system, which is conveniently found in the employee lounge. Do try to stay away from the unhinged maniac, as he will kill you if you try to sedate him. Oh, fun fact. Each patient has a trigger word that will send them flying off the handle if they hear it. So please, 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 do not say it over the intercom. But what's even more fun is all you have to go off of are these trigger words. Any questions? No? Great. I'm going to go take a nap.
During the game, the TV shows the patients in the Psych Word in a 5x5 grid, the current clue, guesses remaining, and the scoreboard. Doctor devices display a form to enter clues and all the color-coded patients in the Psych Word. Nurse devices display the grid of patients, identical to the one on the TV. On each patient, there's a sedate button. Staff devices show the same 5x5 grid of patients, but with an upvote, downvote button. Let's start a new game. The doctor on the team goes first by giving a clue. Looking through all their team's patients, the doctor comes up with a single word clue. For example, looking at the green words here, 2 of them stick out to me, dice and witch. I'm going to pick a one-word clue of fantasy to get my team to guess those patients. After you have picked a clue, type it into the input at the top of the screen, and then pick the number of patients it applies to. In our case, 2, and then give clue. After giving the clue, stay silent. It's important that during the entire game you don't give any extra information, either verbally or through body language. Now, nurses and staff, it's your turn. Read the clue and look through the patients to find who the doctor is hinting at. As you're discussing out loud as a team, staff can vote on particular patients. On the staff screen, we can upvote both dice and witch. Once the patients have been decided, upvoted or not, the nurse can sedate them one at a time. On the nurse's screen, let's sedate dice first to see if we were correct. Great! Now let's sedate witch. Perfect. The other team gets a chance to go now. To balance the game, the team that goes first has one more patient to sedate. For the doctor's second turn, let's pay more attention to the other color-coded patients. Your team's patients are always your own color. The other team's patients are always the other team's color. Gray patients are neutral and don't need any serum. The one red patient is the maniac that will kill everyone if sedated. Consider these other patients as you think of a clue. I'm not going to be so careful this time. I'm going to give a clue of clothes for 2 patients, knowing it may have some issues later. Nurses and staff, consider carefully the order in which you guess patients. Guessing neutral patients will end your turn immediately. Guessing the other team's patients will end your turn immediately and give the point to the other team. If you guess the unhinged maniac, your team immediately loses the entire game. With the clue clothes, I see 3 possible patients, not just 2. Crown, washer, and boot. My staff prefers boot and crown. I take their advice this time, choosing to ignore washer altogether. First, let's pick boots. Success. Now, crown. Looks like crown was a neutral word, and we've lost our turn, but not the game. The other team now takes their second turn. Doctors. A few more stipulations about the clues you can give. They must be a single word and cannot be the trigger word for any unsedated patients. Clues shouldn't rely on rhyming. After a wrong guess, I'm going to make this one easy on my team and hint at Phoenix with the clue rebirth for 1 patient. Nurses and staff, each of your turns has a limited number of guesses. You can guess the number the doctor gave as the clue, +1. The +1 can be used to catch up on previous clues that were guessed incorrectly. If you don't want to use your remaining guesses, you can click Pass or Done Guessing to end your turn. With the clue of rebirth, I'm confident that the 1 patient is Phoenix. My staff agrees. Let's guess that one first. Great! With my extra guess, I'm going to try washer from the earlier clue of clothes that we missed. Success. Another turn for the other team. Doctors, you have one more trick up your sleeve. Instead of specifying a number to give with your clue, you can specify infinity. This gives an infinite number of guesses to your team, but does not give any indication as to how many patients are associated with your clue. I'm going to give the clue distant with infinity. Now my team can guess as many patients as they'd like. This can be helpful for a long shot victory and catching up on prior guesses. The first team to sedate all of their patients wins.